Hey, what's going on? This is Marcos. Today we'll be taking a look at the YC Onion Hot Dog electric slider. As you can see there, it's doing the parallax effect. I set it to just cycle through back and forth. And before we get started, I just want to put out a disclaimer that this product was sent to me for review. All right, so how I would use this slider, or have used it in my work, is in my corporate interviews. You often have a talent talking directly to camera or slightly off camera, and then there's sometimes a secondary camera if there's a budget for it. That's just going back and forth, and you've probably seen this in the masterclass courses. There's just always a B cam just going back and forth. I'm sure they're probably using cinema cameras like Arri Alexas, I believe. I've seen behind the scenes. So for those, they're probably using like a Dana dolly with some kind of electric motor, or maybe it's just an operator just going back and forth manually. I've also done that with Dana dollies. We just go back and forth for like 45 minutes during an interview, and that's actually pretty fun. But sometimes if there's not a budget for it, then you might want to try an electric slider. That's a person you don't have to contract, right? And also you get more precision on each shot. The only problem is that all electric sliders cost, it creates a little bit of noise. If you can hear that. This is just a boom mic right above me. So you're going to get this regardless of what electric slider you get. What you can do to reduce that noise is try to get a blanket in front, or maybe back it up and use a longer lens. That's an option. Regardless, I think it's a great tool. You can always do noise reduction. That's what I've done for whenever I've had to use an electric slider. Now let's talk about the price. This right here is priced at $480. If you're trying to get fancier, the high end that can also control the pan and the tilt and all that, you're gonna spend a couple $1,000s. I know that Dana dolly with the Modimo, you're looking at maybe $4,000. So this is a very friendly budget, $480 for 4 feet of distance. You can also buy the 32-inch or the 2 feet, and of course the price drops down. So it's a good affordable way to get started into the I would say I would primarily use it for these kind of parallax effects, or for when you're doing product shots. I've also used it for that. Now, as far as weight capacity goes, since this is a more budget friendly, it says on the specs it can take up to 44 pounds, but no, if you put 44 pounds on this, you're not gonna get usable footage. I put my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema with the V mount and the Sigma 50-100. So that was about in the monitor. No, I did not put a monitor. That was about, I would say 14, 15 pounds maybe. And it was starting getting a little shaky, even though I had this lighter, like you see now, on 3 light stands, 1 in the middle and 2 on the side. And it was still like, I wouldn't use that footage. So maybe it has to do with the ball head. It wasn't gripping right, but I think it has to do with the weight. It just doesn't, I don't think it's made to get really good shots if you're putting that much weight on it. So I would keep it under 13 pounds, 12 pounds. Right now I have the C cam it's a small ball head and a monitor and the 2 big Sony MPF batteries. I believe that's under 12 pounds and it's doing great. As you can see, there's nothing wrong with this shot. It's not shaky at all. Now, if you're trying to get more precise movements, the great thing about the slider is that you can also connect it to DJI and Zhiyun Crane gimbals. Personally, I've used it with my Crane 3S, and using the YC Onion app, I was able to control the gimbal and the slider, set A and B points with both the pan and tilt modes on the gimbal itself without any wires. It was all done through Bluetooth. It's a little bit more complicated. Now, in this video, I'm not going to talk about how to set it up or any of that. There's other videos you can watch on that subject. I would say that for me, it was pretty simple. Only took a couple minutes to figure it out. And after that, I did everything within the app. It wasn't complicated at all. And it's actually pretty cool. I don't know if I'll end up using it, but it's a good option. So like I mentioned, I'm not really going to talk about how to set it up or all the functions you can do with it. I'm just going to share with you my experience, and overall it's been pretty good. I would say if you are trying to get into the electric slider system and get parallax effects, this is very good of manually doing it with the rods that are in the middle, right? It's not going to be the fancy everything remote controlled, but you can achieve the same effect if you are okay with setting the rods. It's going to take you a couple of minutes to set it up, but you're able to achieve that effect. It's very easy to transport. It comes with the bag. It's made out of carbon fiber and some aluminum, and the motor's made out of plastic. You can also download the app, like I mentioned. It's pretty simple, but you can also do it in the motor itself if you're not trying to, open up the app, which sometimes for me, it's just more time consuming to open up an app and set it that way. But honestly, it connects super fast, and I think it's just as fast doing it with an app. Overall, great slider if you're beginning. If you want to get into electric sliders, if you're trying to load up cinema cameras, I probably wouldn't recommend it. You're probably gonna have to drop a couple $1,000s on Dana Dolly's and Emotimo if you want to check those out. There'll also be links in the description. All right, so if you have any questions, anything I forgot to mention, please let me know down below. As always, I appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.